Welcome you guys. It is Saturday and I figured for today's video, honestly, it would be a lot of fun if we do like a afternoon of watering slash plant care in my plant room, like spend the afternoon with me in here. I feel like I haven't given you or shown you a routine that I do in here lately. So this week is like a quick watering week, so I don't have to flush my pond. I don't really have to do a lot of like extra stuff because I did that recently. I try to do it at the end of the month or the beginning of the month. I just lay eyes on everyone. I inspect for pests. If there's any ugly leaves, I will cut those away if they're bugging me, and just kind of see if there's any issues arising. If a plant is unhappy, then I have it in my head like, okay, do I want to tackle this and investigate now? Do I want to put it, in my mind to do later? I would say I water like 95% of the plants in here on the plant room watering day. And usually by a week, like pretty much everyone is thirsty in here. There are some plants that I don't water every week. It really just depends. I am checking everyone, but if they don't get watered today, then it's more than likely they won't get watered until the following Saturday. I do try to come in here midweek and water some plants that need it, but I don't make it in here midweek every week. Like I'm coming into my plant room, but if I'm doing shop stuff, I don't come in my plant room because I don't want to cross-contaminate any, like if I'm doing shop related stuff, like that day is a shop day, then I don't do any other plant care, if that makes sense. So I have been busy with the shop this week. And so the cabinet, a lot of the plants in there usually get watered twice a week because it's more intense light. It's very warm in there. And this time of year, it is very warm in my plant room. Like right now, it is 78 degrees Fahrenheit, which isn't terrible. It has been like 81 in here, and it's currently 48% humidity in here. So things do dry a little bit more quickly this time of year. And it's also nice too, not having all of my moss poles to water. Watering doesn't take as long, so I don't have to like keep coming back in and trying to water these compacted moss poles, which was just like frustrating me for so long there. And I just reached my breaking point with that. So it's nice. I actually really enjoy coming in here and watering my plant room. Like I look forward to it now. And I love that feeling of like, I actually love enjoying caring for my plants. So I think I will start with my cabinet first and just give you a little overview and kind of walk you through some of that. And then I honestly just move around the room and just, water, check everyone. It probably takes me a couple hours at most because I am checking for pests. I do that every week. I do know some spider mites had popped up on my Michelitziana and I did spray it down. So I do want to check again. And then I also ordered another round of predatory mites, just the mites, the Cumarius mites. They're mostly good for thrips larvae and spider mites as well. So they're my favorite kind of mite. So I did order quite a bit. So I'm going to put them here in my plant room and then on my anthurium shelf. So I'll have enough to go around. So those should hopefully come this coming week. So yeah, I leave the netting on my door now. I was thinking about getting more ladybugs, but I'm going to hold off for right now. Because we do plan on redoing the nursery very soon. Hopefully this coming week. We have a contractor coming out this weekend tomorrow to kind of give us an estimate, a quote, and we'll see when we can get on like a schedule for that to get done. But I'm so excited, you guys. I'm so excited to make over the nursery. So that's like all I can think about right now, because I want to add some more shelves in there and just redo that space. And it's just going to be so nice having a dedicated shop room and not having like, I don't know, it's just so crowded in there. Like I really need the space for that. So I am excited. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stop jabbering. Thank you so much for tuning in today and for joining me. I hope you enjoy this kind of relaxing video. I'm not really gonna do too much plant care wise, but we'll see. Sometimes when I water my plant room, I go off on a tangent. Like I'll see something that needs done and I take care of it. And then an hour later, I'll resume back watering again. And that's why sometimes I can be in here like half the day when I was supposed to quickly water. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get my water. I have it at the kitchen table and I have silica already added into it. So I usually let the silica sit for like 15-20 minutes. And then I have 2 different types of fertilizers I'm using now. And so I'll mix like a jug up of each. and bring them both in here. And I usually use one fertilizer for flowering plants. Like I do have some hoya in here, so I really won't even need like half a jug for that. And then everything else is getting the Foliage Pro. So I'll make that up, bring it in, and we'll get started. I also don't need as many jugs now that I don't have my moss pools. I use less water when I water, which is kind of cool. So this all has silica pre-soaked now. So I do one of each like I was saying, and I only make up really a jug at a time because I don't like extra nutrients sitting in my water for too long. I like everything to be fresh. So I usually just start adding the stuff in my water. This is the stress coat. I just have it in a little dropper bottle. Sometimes I'll add extra calcium magnesium. I think I'll go ahead and do it this week. And this one over here is going to be the Foliage Pro. And we're going to use the bloom fertilizer for the Hoyas that are in there. Any extra I'll just dump on some other plants so that I'm not like wasting it. I have used this on other plants. This is the Max C, and it's been fine. I have noticed I was using it on alocasia, but I quit because they were going through a major bloom cycle, and they still are. Sometimes I add some other stuff, some other supplements. I'm trying to think if I did this the last time. I don't think I'm gonna add this today. And then I do adjust my pH. I've done this so many times, so I don't have to measure anything. Like I have my meter here, but I don't need to check. Every once in a while I will, but I just feel like I have my routine now, and then we'll give a shake. Okay, so that's the color difference. I took a couple plants out of here that I don't want you guys to see yet because I'm making a separate video on them. But I'll go ahead and show you like some updates and stuff that are in here. I don't have, actually I do kind of have a lot of plants in here. But I'm always rearranging my cabinet and everything. Ooh, look at this Hoya. This is the Live Prism. I'm gonna let this one grow some more and then propagate it. I don't want to propagate it just yet because I had just gotten it like not too long ago. These two new Hoyas I had gotten recently too. They're starting to grow more. This is the Crassiopetalata variegated and the Nabawaniensis. And then I also have a couple more Hoya in here. So once I get my Hoya shelf, I will be taking all these out. This one I propagated recently and it is starting to grow back. I think I took like 2 or 3 cuttings. And I also ended up propagating my Argentea Princess, and I think I have the top cut and then 2 mid cuttings. And so my plant is just now growing back right here. So I hope it continues with the variegation because I was worried about cutting it because I didn't want to mess with the variegation, but I decided to go ahead and prop it so I could sell some plants. So all the Hoyas are in this little tray that are in this cabinet, and I actually have a little bit of, the Foliage Pro in here. So let me just go ahead and use this one. Not that I feel like they would bloom or anything yet, but I just want to get in the habit of using this fertilizer for them. And their soil is completely dry, so I kind of douse them. And they're in my airwood mix, so they can use like a heavy pour as long as I let them drain. So that is those. And yeah, I feel like for Hoyas, the only pest issue I have to worry about is mealybugs. And so I'm always checking. It's usually the new growth that if they do appear that they'll be on. So I'm always checking like new leaves and everything to make sure nothing's popped up. So those are good. I do have Pure Crop 1 in here, and so sometimes like I will just give them a spray down just really quick, like that. And so I'll let those drain and then water some other plants in here. I turned the lights off so the light wouldn't be so bright, but everything else in here is in pond, so minus the, you know, the hoyas that we took out. So it's really easy. I just go through and add water in here when I'm not flushing or anything. It literally is like 2 minutes, honestly. But I do see some dead leaves, like this one here is yellowing a bit. This was a propagation. It does look a bit thirsty. You see how curled? So I'm a little bit behind with the cabinet. So little signs I pick up that there might be issues. This one might have a couple yellowing leaves. My pink black velvet is going through a major bloom cycle. So I'm letting the blooms die off like this before I cut them away, because I did try cutting some away and, you know, it spit out more. So I'm trying to avoid cutting them now if I can. This is a new little tray system I got. I showed this in a video. So I have some alocasia here. This is a second pink black velvet that I'm growing out for me. I'm gonna have 2 mother plants. So this one is completely empty, so I need to water all these. This is a new alocasia. You guys haven't seen this one. This is a Amazonica. It's a pink tie, and I got so lucky with the genetics on this, you guys. Look at that. The first 2 leaves were pretty much green, and that was the 3rd leaf, and then that's the newest one. And so this one is all the way dry too, so I need to add some water in all of these. That was another pink black velvet that was growing all white, so it spit out another white leaf. And these 3 are the long labata purples. I need to rehab these. I'm going to take them out of pond. I don't think I really want to do that today, so I'm just going to add water. And this one here is the, if it's alive still, I don't even know if it's alive. I don't even want to like, it's a corm. This was a Maharani elbow corm that was growing all white, and it died. The last 3rd white leaf has now died off, and so it's just a corm, but I feel like it's rotted. I'll have to check. I'm really sad. This corm cost me $200, you guys, and this is why I refuse to buy corms anymore, because I could have used that $200 and just bought a plant, you know, like decent sized mother plant. I have little seedlings in here. Look at these little leaves. I do need to probably get these out of here soon because they're in moss. It's just all algae. This is Warocquianum. This is actually Tyler's plant from Rousseau Plant Care. It's his Warrock, Estrella, and Astro. So I got 5 seeds, and so they've spit out their first little set of leaves. They're so cute. I'm probably going to keep 2, and then I'll list the other 3 in the shop, like once they grow a bit more. But that's like a project for another day too. I'm going to get them out of sphagnum moss and planted in my tree fern mix. Okay, so I was, adding water in the pink bambinos, and I did see a couple spider mites popping up, so I went ahead and hosed them off just with the shower hose. I like jet blasted them. I just wanted to give them a good shower. I actually haven't showered these in a while because when I did my plant room thoroughly, my cabinet, I think I had done like in a previous time, so it probably has been a good, honestly, it probably has been a good 4 to 6 weeks since I actually showered these plants. So, and I let these guys go more dry. So pink bambinos, I love them, but they do get edema. So how I prevent that is I don't add as much water in the reservoir, and it helps. But I have to keep in mind that they are in my cabinet. So my cabinet plants dry so quickly that I think I just am late on watering, and so they were a little dehydrated, and that attracts spider mites. So I sprayed them off with water. That leaf was a goner, the all pink one. And then I have Pure Crop 1 in here. It's like more natural. I think it'll be fine until I get the mites. I'm just gonna let this air dry on them. But the blasting with water will help like knock so many off. And then I rinsed through the pond as well. I just flushed everything, and I just make sure to get the stems and petioles as well. So yeah, I'll just like leave these in here. I'll wash the inner cache pots out, and I checked my cabinet. I didn't see like any other spider mites, so I think it was just pertained to these two. So that was the first time I noticed some spider mites on them. So I think I was just letting them get too dry. I underwatered them. I'm gonna cut this leaf. You can actually see a little where they were eating the leaf right here. You can actually see the mite damage. It's really hard to tell, but that leaf is gonna go. So yeah, I'll let them kind of drain in here, and then we'll get them put back in the cabinet. But I'll do another quick check of the cabinet. Sometimes if I spot some spider mites popping up, I'll like wipe down the cabinet, but not always, because usually this takes care of the problem. Since these guys were kind of in the back here, I'm just going to use the same Pure Crop and just kind of spray down where they were. And the plants that were up here. And I have the lights and stuff off, so I'll leave them off until these plants kind of dry, but I'll just kind of wipe this first layer here. And I have the fans blowing in here too, so I have them off right now, but I'm gonna leave them off until everything dries. I don't see any spider mites. I'm so sad that my pink black velvet is going downhill from all the blooms. I still fill water in here, so I'm not gonna water her. I'm just gonna do a quick spray. I see one more bloom here, and hopefully after this one, she starts to push some leaves again. And then I have my backup one, And then I'll get rid of these crispies a lot too while I'm watering, like any of these dried bits, because I feel like pests can hide down in there. So I try to get rid of what I can. This new leaf coming out on this pink black velvet is going to be so pretty. I usually do like half the window on these little vessels, like half of it. If I see the water coming up to about half, then that's good. That usually lasts a week. But it really does depend on the plant, put the bambinos back in here very last. And then we'll get our hoyas back in here. I have a few plants that go right here, the plants I don't want to share yet, so that goes in that little corner. And then yeah, just the bambinos go back in here. I'm gonna leave this open so it can kind of dry. And I'm afraid for this corm, is it rotted? Oh, it might not be. So this little Maharani elbow, what I'm gonna do is, it's not rooting. It's mushy, but it's not mushy. But I had this lid over it so it doesn't dry out. Maybe I'll just leave it in here in hopes that it sprouts again. If it doesn't do anything soon, what I might do is put it in the other room on top of the heat mat and see if that will wake it up. All right, so the cabinet took a little bit longer than expected, but that is okay. We caught some spider mites early before it was an issue. And then this is my little pile of dead leaves here. I did find some peduncles on my linearis, but they haven't like pushed out anymore. This is my OG one. Like there's one right here. I don't know if it's gonna focus. Like right there on that end. And there was a couple others on some of these. I don't know where they are now. But hopefully it'll bloom for me. This is like my OG one, so it hasn't bloomed yet. It is thirsty. You can see the leaves aren't as plump. It's I actually need to repot it. It's in like a tiny pot, but it keeps drying out pretty frequently, so I'll have to add this to my repot list. And those alocasias up here, I feel like the light is off right now, that little clip light, because I have the lights off to my cabinet. But I feel like these alocasia prefer a little less light up here, and I feel like they've done better. This is a Watsoniana dark form, and I see no spider mites. Let's see, this one, yeah, we need a little water in here. And don't overdo it though. I have a pink dragon that has been so finicky. It's like the pink dragon aria. This one still has some water. I'm gonna add just a little bit more. No spider mites on that guy. And then I have this ninja here as well that has been blooming for like a year. I feel like it's been blooming so much. And this one's empty, so we'll add a little bit of water into this one. And the Hoya, yeah, I definitely need to get a new pot, but I'll just add some water. And since Hoyas are prone to mealy, I always do like a quick mealy check, make sure nothing, I usually can spot them right away. I've had them in my collection for so long, you know, I know when I have mealies. Okay, that's good. And I'm just gonna do a temporary spray, or a quick little spray. Okay. Okay, and next up is this little section that I'm so excited for, this new shelf. I love it, you guys. This is probably my favorite thing in my plant room right now. And so I haven't done anything with the new monstera that I got yet. So now it's like the actual first time that I'm going to water it through again. If it needs it, it may not need it. I feel like it's actually, well, no, it may not have any in there, but you guys, it's gonna push a new leaf soon. So I unboxed this very recently and I noticed when I came in here that the stem, the petiole is very bumpy. So the new leaf is gonna push up right here. So I'm gonna water it through again, let it drain, and I can bet you tomorrow there's gonna be a leaf that comes out of here or like begins to come out of here. I can almost like to the T guess when a new monstera leaf is going to emerge. I don't know what it is. So I'm just gonna gently water through. Because I planted this into pond, it was a new plant. It had like a significant root system and it was growing in semi-hydro, but I don't wanna overdo it. Ooh, I can actually lift it up. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, the pond's a little dirty. Darn it. Okay, I don't want to take a chance of it flying out of here. So I'm just going to dump this excess out in my little container over here. Okay. And then I'm just going to add a little fresh in here, fresh nutrients. Just a little though. So I watered it through, it's moist again, there's fresh fertilizer. And so I'm excited. I'm gonna come in here tomorrow and peek and see if it's popped yet. If it did pop, I will pop a picture on the screen. So it'll be, today's Saturday, so it'll be Sunday. No issues, it seems to be doing well. It looks very happy, very perky. I've had it on this plant stand here and it's been in front of the Barina tower light. And so I have my big jungle mint, and this one, I just need to add water. And then I also have my Cebu Blue, my moss pole prop. It is rooting a lot more now in my airwood mix. But I can tell the mix is pretty much, it's a little bit moist, but I'm gonna go ahead and water, because if I don't water, it's going to be dry next weekend when I come in here. But I'm not going to overdo it. There's enough airflow in here in the root, in the mix, that, you know, it's going to provide oxygen. It's just if the soil's sitting too wet, there's no airflow, and so you're going to get root rot. So I just added a little bit to like moisten it. So crazy. It's watered, all done. Whereas before it would have taken me all day to get through my moss poles. I'm going to quickly check these pole plants. I just updated on them, so everyone's doing okay except Adansonii, you know, is still a bit sad. So I'm just gonna let it focus on rooting. It has browned a little bit more, but I still don't think I want to disturb it. If it goes downhill, like if I feel like it's getting worse, I'm keeping an eye on it. It's kind of like a week by week thing. So I'll see how it looks kind of during the week next week. I'm not, you know, going to disturb it or water it or anything today. But if I feel like it's going downhill, then I'll stick it in water. And that's what we did with Mandula. And so it's rooted a little bit more, like this aerial root is rooting and this one here. I probably should change the water. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and change this because I hadn't changed it yet, just to add some fresh in here. So I'll do that. I'll just take that to the sink. And I'll change this one as well. I didn't change the other two. Those looked okay. They didn't look as dirty. You guys, look at this Justana leaf. It's like kind of hardened off more. It's actually really big still, which is so awesome. It's so pretty. This one is definitely using up the water because it was a week that I watered it, and it looks, in some areas it still looks a little moist. But I'm just gonna add a little bit in here because like I said, I'm not gonna water again, most likely until next Saturday. And I don't want to overdo it, so I'm just going to add a little bit in this one. Oh, Marble Queen has a big root coming out of here. Look at that. I have noticed a couple fungus gnats in this corner. I think it's just from the damp soil over here because a lot of the plants in here are pond and a lot of the old roots had like rotted away, so I think they're like attracted to that right now. This one, I'm gonna skip this one. This one looks more moist still. I'll check it midweek, maybe. If I don't, then it's gonna wait till next Saturday. Wow, this one used up all the water, so this one needs more. No sign of a leaf movement yet, but I have a feeling it's going to be soon. The new leaf has unfurled on Glorious. I wasn't sure from a week ago. And we are rooting a lot. It is still moist. I'm not going to water this one. And my gigas always needs water every week, so I'm just going to add some in here. And then I'm not messing with Adansonii at all. That is my moss poles. That is crazy. Or that used to be my moss pole plants. I just have to quickly change the water out for these two. I'm gonna do that real quick, get another jug of my nutrients made up, and then we just have this window shelf, this corner of big plants, and this back shelf. And it should go pretty quickly now, unless there's another issue that comes up. It's looking a little ominous outside. I think it's gonna storm. I know you can't really tell because it's still bright over here by the window, but it's not as bright because it is clouding up. I have some stuff out here for, I was collecting pollen from my philodendron, choco red, the bloom. And so I have pollen in the freezer that I don't know how good it's for, but I was going to try and catch one of the other blooms on it to see if I could like self it and grow some like baby choco from seeds. But I missed so the new bloom I think I missed. It's already in pollen phase. So I might take a little bit more pollen off with you. I've never tried to pollinate a philodendron before, so I hope I can catch the female phase. I think the female phase, once the bloom opens, is from 24 to 48 hours after. I think that's what I was reading, and then it goes into the male phase. So I'm gonna try and catch it. So I have some little stuff for that here at the window. I'm trying to think if there's anything new over here. I don't think so. I have some more like hoya down here. I have my carnivorous plants. I just like quickly go through and water. I do have one alocasia at the window. That was such a good catch. Oh my gosh. That's a sign that I need to restake this pink princess like ASAP. I'll have to do that soon. So this is my pink nobilis mother plant. She's finally pushing a new leaf. It's been a bit. It's happier over here at the window. It was in my cabinet, and I feel like it wasn't as happy in my cabinet. I need to add some water, and I sort of need to get it staked. It's leaning a bit, but these leaves are so pretty on this guy. This one is a spider mite magnet, so I was taking it down to check. I might spray it down as a precaution because I don't want anything to pop up on it. Especially since some are popping up in my collection. I have this fan going on in here, like full blast, and I know it's probably spreading them around, but I'll fill the reservoir and spray it down. I'll spray the pink princess too because philodendron tend to get spider mites for me. Oh, there comes the rain. Yeah, this pink princess needs to get upsized. I'm gonna throw these old mite packs since I have new ones coming. Okay, I just quickly add water in these guys. I'm not flushing today. Oh, that might have been too much. I might have to empty some of that. I think that's why this one was so tipsy, because it was empty. Let's see. Oh no, that's good. It's not too much. She's big. Okay. That's the newest leaf. Look how big this one is. It's huge. I have the top cut that I cut down here on the floor. I'll show you that one. I think it's starting to root up because I propagated it directly into a pond. Yeah, I need to take care of this week. I need to get this in a different pot situation and restaked. That is on my to-do list. See, the monstera can help hold it up. Let's see, it's leaning this way. Let's move it. Let's move it this way. Okay, let's spray her down as a precaution. Spray the new leaf because it's more sensitive. Okay. There's a crispy leaf on the syngonium at the window. Oh, and it just fell. Oh well. Oh, I was like, where the heck was my water? Yeah, I can feel all these. They're all dry. No water left. Why do I hear someone mowing the grass when it's raining? Someone's trying to mow right now. Adding water in these guys. I think my flame might, no, I don't think it's ready. I had upsized it, so I think it's gonna work on rooting. Aria is drinking up this water quickly too. I'm trying to decide if I want to chop it or not. I haven't decided. I have this other one that I chopped and I'm growing in pond, the other Aria right here. Then I have this fully white, almost elbow, and then I have my huge one right here. The new leaf on the side is more green, and then this one spit out a pretty variegated leaf here, and then it has a new one here. But this is like not staked on the core pole anymore. I need to get this anchored tied back on soonish. I'll have to do that soonish. Yeah, I can tell she's drinking up the water in here very quickly. I feel like I should clean her leaves again, or soon, because I feel like it's been a while since I gave her a good wipe down. Okay, that should be good. Oh, I heard that thunder. I love my Stramanthe Trio Star. It is so pretty. It's just the pink on this plant. I had separated it and repotted it, but I honestly feel like it could use a repot again. It's already getting big. It had some ants in it when, you know, I had all my Maranta down here. I might move it into my bedroom eventually, because I feel like all my Maranta Calathea are now in my bedroom. I had taken a bunch of cuttings from this one recently too, the Halo Micans. Okay, I just have to water the Hoyas. I was wanting to use my bloom fertilizer for those. And then my carnivorous plants, I have separate water for this one and then my peeing one at the window. I have to water those, but pretty much everything else here is watered minus the Hoyas. I usually save this corner for last. I know the Michelitiana probably has some spider mites, so I'll spray it down. And then I still have to get the big bottom half of my elbow out of here, and then I'll have a little bit more room. The Tycon seems to be doing well since I chopped it. The top section, I'll water that through and everything. I still haven't added more pon in here. This is the pink princess that I propagated with you. I stuck it in here. I think it's dry. Yeah, it's dry. This leaf has browned, this one here. But everything else is doing okay. It looks like it's rooting. I can feel like it has grown some roots, so I just have to add water. I think my pon is out there, so I'll have to like fix this one, fix my other pink princess sometime soon. I feel like I have some pon upsizes I need to do. This one's looking a little grody. These self-watering pots, once they get algae like this, it kind of bothers me. It's been a while since I cleaned it. This is one of my red Andersons. I have this one and one more on that shelf. So I'll rinse this out really quick in the sink because, yeah, it's nasty. It is all rinsed. Add some water. And this leaf is stuck. Should I help it? Should I leave it alone? I think I let it get too dry. Oh. Okay. I freed it. Here's the other red Anderson starting to grow. Oh, look at the red roots on that. That's cool. It's so red. Yeah, I definitely feel like I need to flush next time. So maybe next weekend. Okay, I try not to go more than halfway. Oh, I also tried pollinating some alocasia. I tried pollinating 2 different ones. I have a little pocket up here, but I don't think it took. I don't think so. I had so many blooms on the heterophylla. I tried pollinating it. Oh, I don't know. What do we think? Oh, that would be cool if I pollinated it. I guess we'll see if it dies off. And I also tried with this Maharani too, which I don't know, you guys. I don't know if any of these are sterile or if it worked or not, but look how many blooms are on that. That's crazy. There's like 5. 5 just right here. That was 6. Major bloom cycle. I really wanted the variegated one. I'm so sad about that corm. And my original black velvet, look at all the freaking blooms. These ones that we did recently, the dragon scales, that new leaf doesn't even look variegated. These are my rehabs here. So this is my big Regal Shield albo. There's like I had beheaded it because it kind of reverted. There, so you can kind of see. But there is a growth point peeking out right here. Do you see that little nudge? And I was trying to peel some of this away. Ooh, there's actually one right down here that's going to emerge. So someone in a comment of one of my videos said that I should try propagating it to activate like a lower node to see if the variegation would come back. And it didn't even like dawn on me that I could try that with alocasia, because normally I've done that with philodendron, or, you know, if you have reversion, you can try chopping it back to the lowest node that has variegation to see if it'll promote more. And so I didn't even think about that with alocasia. So there's like a node. There's one down here that looks like it's definitely activating, and there's one right here. So this is where I beheaded it. And it's already rooted in here. I definitely need to water. This is a Watsoniana. It went dormant. This one is a poly, a pink poly. It had low variegation, so I went ahead and chopped this one up as well to see if it would activate, you know, a lower node. So I'm very curious if that one will come back with anything. And this is the grocery store Paraiso Verde that I found, the albo variegated, and there's a new growth point here. So I have all the cuttings propagating. I decided to go ahead and prop it to see if I could promote some more variegation because it was kind of reverting. So this is like the bottom section. There's actually a growth point there and there. So I'm gonna see what this one does, and then I'm propagating all the cuttings that I took to see what grows in. Because this is a plant that I didn't really want to keep. I'm just more or less curious, you know, how the variegation is going to do coming back on it. So I have that guy down there. So those are like my little rehab section. And yeah, I need to go through and water all of these guys. This one has a new leaf. My Florida Ghost is spitting out some huge leaves. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and quickly water these, and then I'll meet you back here at El Choco, and we'll try and pollinate or get some more pollen off. And then I'm going to check to see if Rhode and Michelitziana, if there's any spider mites remaining. And then I'll water like the last little bit over here. Okay, I just made my 5th gallon. I feel like this will be it. I watered my El Choco a little bit, so I just have to check the Thai and then the Michelitziana. And I think I do already see more spider mites. I do. Oh yes, I do. Oh darn. Okay. I might have to take it out to the shower. So this is the bottom part of my elbow. The big one that's at the window. This new leaf is so pretty, that chunk right there. Oh. Yeah, so this one does need to be extended, and then I watered this through already. It's so funny, like I'll have plants right next to a plant with spider mites, but they won't get any, like a monstera. I think it just really depends on the plant. It's so funny. The spider mites are having a party on that leaf. Yeah, I feel like the tie is doing okay. I haven't done anything with this plant since I put it in here, the top section. But it definitely needs a water through. Now I propped this directly in here, so I don't know if it's rooted yet. I'm thinking probably not. Like if it has rooted, probably not that much. So I'm gonna go ahead and just water where the main stem is here. So that stays moist. Okay, and there's really not enough water even in here, so I just have to water over the top a few more times until it starts rooting. All right, the tie is good. It's just this Mycoluciana that has the spider mites. Ugh. I really get two types of spider mites whenever I get them, but I can get rid of them pretty quickly. I get the red, the two-spotted spider mite, and then I get the white kind. I don't know the exact name of that kind of spider mite. But that's the white one is the one that's on this one. And she's also blooming like crazy. All these blooms, oh, you can't even see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I did cut one off, but I stopped cutting them off. So I'm just gonna let them die off naturally. It's getting pollen all over the floor. But yeah, I can see the spider mites. They're trying to have a field day. Oh. I should have like sprayed again sooner. I already sprayed her off once, but I should have done it sooner. That's like my own fault. I really don't want to take this thing to the shower, but I need to. It's the only way to like really get them off. So you can see them on that leaf there, that little bit of webbing and thin air. I normally don't get them this bad with the webbing, but they must have just shown up within like the past week or so. Because they weren't this bad last week, and I just saw a couple like spotting up. So yeah, we'll give her a good spray down. I had to change my battery, so I hosed her off. You saw me do that, and I just used water. I think what I'm gonna do is leave her in here for the time being, and maybe in like an hour I'm gonna come back and respray, because I feel like if there's lingering spider mites, they'll start to like crawl again. So I'm gonna do another full spray down. And I am hesitant to use something right now because since she is my main like spider mite attractor right now, I have the beneficials on order. So they're probably going to ship them Monday since today's Saturday. And I did overnight shipping, so I'll probably get them Tuesday, and it's going to take probably a week or so for them to start hatching. So I don't really want to leave her in here this whole time either. So I'm going to put her back in my plant room after the second hose down later and just keep an eye periodically, you know, if they start popping back up again before the mites get here, I might do like I might do one more rinse off in here and just bring her back in. But I feel like I got majority of them off. Yeah, I'm gonna give them time to like re-crawl any of the last ones. And I'm sweeping my plant room right now, that little corner, and then I have to water the hoyas really quick and the pings. And then I wanted to show you the El Choco. We'll try and get some more pollen, and I'll show you the bloom, and then we'll get finished up here. Because I've been dealing with pests, I won't touch like any other plants. I won't go into any other areas until I shower and that I'm clean and I've rinsed off any pests that potentially have gotten on me, because carrying Mycelium in there was a lot. So yeah, I definitely feel like itchy after that. So I have some aluminum foil and the same little paintbrush that I used, and I have a little vial that I'm going to put the pollen in. I'm going to dump it onto here like with the paintbrush and then pour it into here, and then I'll stick this in a little Ziploc bag with the other one that's in my freezer. And I'm going to try and pollinate her when the other bloom is fertile. I guess I'm just going to have to keep a really close eye on the bloom to see when it opens. I might just have to check like every day or every other day or something. Oh my gosh, it literally feels like a sauna in here. It is so hot. It is up to 80.4 degrees in here. Oh, it is like literally working in a greenhouse. And I turned the fan off so it wouldn't blow spider mites everywhere. Let me turn so you can see. So this is the bloom that's dying off. I wonder if I can go ahead and cut that one. Now I'm worried, like, should I not cut any blooms off to like stress the plant? It is actually working on a new leaf too, right here. And so there's this bloom here that's open with the pollen, and then there's 2 more blooms that are coming up. So I might just leave the bloom until it falls. But let me show you all the pollen, and we'll try and collect some from there. Hi, Chai. Okay, we have you front and center, but do you see all that pollen? And it's like flaky. So I'm gonna try and collect as much as I can with this paintbrush. Just let it fall onto the paintbrush. I think I got like a good part of it. So we're gonna have to catch one of those. And I have no idea if I can store philodendron pollen in the freezer, but I'm assuming I can. So I'm just gonna scrape this in the little vial here. Chai is like nudging me as I do this. He always comes in at the weirdest times. Do you want cuddles? Okay. We got a little bit in here, not a lot, but I probably have like double the amount, you know, from last time. So that's what we got here, that little bit there. This is my little ping tray here. There's a lot of fungus gnats on the one. They're not like pink like some of them should be. I feel like it's because they're not getting enough light in the window, so they're mostly green, but they're growing well. So I'm wondering if I put them under a grow light, I would be able to sun stress them better than having them in the window. For you guys that have pings, what kind of grow light do you use on them to get them to sun stress? I would like for them to get pink again. Oh, that's a lot of water. Now it's full. It'll absorb some of it. So cool. They haven't flowered yet. I can't wait for them to bloom though. Okay, the only thing that's really left are the hoyas in here, and I just quickly water them. A lot of these I haven't propagated yet. Well, some of them I have. They just haven't grown a whole lot yet because a lot of these started as cuttings. So once I get my Hoya shelf built, you know, all these guys are going to go out there. But they dry super quickly in my plant room. I have like a little tray underneath each pot, so if I overwater it here, it'll just absorb back up. Because my aeroid mix that they're planted in, you know, is pretty aerated, so sometimes they don't water through very well all the way. And I had checked these over recently and sprayed them as a precaution. This little cutie thing, this one's really cute right here. It's a paradisa. I'm actually really excited. It's, oh no, it's gonna drip. But I wanted to show you. I love the way that it's growing. So it was I think it was a cutting. It was like a free gift, and this is all that it did, and it produced this long like runner, but then it's produced all these leaves up top, and I love the way that it's trailing. It's so pretty. I actually really like this. I wish it was like more of this than this like long empty space, but I guess I can trail it back around and stuff. It is so hot in here. Like, I'm sweating. I'm actually, after I get done, I think I'm actually gonna pop in the shower, rinse the spider mite off, and take a cold shower because it's literally a sauna in here. It's so hot. I have the fan off too, so it's like, it's very warm. But I think that's pretty much it, you guys. I'm going to, like I said, spray Michelitziana off one more time and add some water in there, put her back, keep an eye on her until the mites come, and then I'm probably gonna put like 10 mite bags on her. And any of the ones that I feel like, you know, the bambinos and any that I think some spider mites might pop up on. It must just be this time of year right now. And then I'm gonna mop the floors, give the floors a good wipe down. I'm not cleaning shelves or anything today. And I think I pretty much got to everyone, at least gave everyone some water that needed it. And then, yeah, today's Saturday, so I'll come back in here probably Tuesday is the next time that I'm gonna come back in here, because tomorrow and Monday are shop days and I don't want to cross-contaminate anything. So yeah, I'm gonna close up for this evening, and yeah, I think I might relax a little bit this evening. I have a lot of shop stuff I could do right now, but I don't want to. I think I'm gonna take the evening off. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. This is somewhat of my plant room watering. Sometimes I tackle some repots, like I was saying. If there's a pest issue like I did with Michelitziana, I just might as well just deal with it before it gets worse and out of hand and starts to spread, because I don't want that to happen. And I just, you know, check everyone, make sure everyone gets a little bit of a drink, and it should last them until the next weekend. And then I take a mental note if there's stuff that needs to be done for like a next plant chores or something. I'll know, or I'll like write down a list of things that need to be done, so I'll know for next time. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed. It was like a little bit of a different video, I guess. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. I'm not sure when this video will go up, probably sometime midweek. So I hope you're having a good week, a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you again soon.